Best one too. Good evening, folks.
Hello, hello.
Howdy.
Oh,
What the hell? That's interesting.
we haven't even started yet if you're already complaining.
Huh. What caused that to happen, I wonder? It's like somehow I accidentally set the parking brake. That's a bad click spot. Restarting at the other end that I was actually on.
I was coming up to you. It's
Oh,
an uphill
okay.
takeoff.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's a good call.
I knew it all along. Of course not. I mean,
I will potentially see you at Oshkosh, Wolf.
Good deal.
Still looking at. I haven't purchased the airplane tickets yet, but I think I'll fly on Sun Country up to Minneapolis, and then Nine and I will drive the 4 hours down. And she's looking at a campsite, which might work. I'm looking at a hotel that's a little bit more expensive, but
Are you looking
what
at
happens.
something like in Oshkosh, or are you looking...
No, I think it's like 40 minutes away.
Yeah, that's probably the better option, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
All the hotels
when
in
is
Oshkosh are
Oshkosh?
$500.
Is it?
End of
When
the
is it? Is it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yepers. Let's see here. What is... Oh, yeah, he's got it clicked on the pedals. I see. Yeah, it's a bad spot for that. And there is no... There's no way to tell how much fuel is in this thing. Is there? Oh no, there is. Okay, I see it. Testing out the potential release build of the RV8. So,
Yeah, I was thinking of taking the RV14, and then I saw some of the airfields along the way, and I thought, okay, this is probably not something for something with these spindly landing gears that the RV have. I mean, I like it. I like to fly it, but this looked like something for a little bit more rugged plane.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
My stick has a major dead zone in it now. And
Yeah, I saw you mention that.
So gotta look at buying a new one or fixing the one I have, I guess.
Yeah, you'd have to replace the... I don't know, whatever it was, like a potentiometer or some shit in there. I don't know what it is exactly, but yeah, you'd have to end up replacing that, would be my guess. Well, is it just us three this weekend?
I think Silky's on the way.
No, Silky's leaving. She's out of town.
Yeah, she's
She's
on
visiting her friend's family. She'll be back by next weekend.
There were like 3 people that were interested in the event, on the event itself, but
Yeah, but I clicked it an hour ago or something because I knew
Yeah.
it was gonna happen, but
Icy Mittens and Big D Blue.
Oh. Yeah, Icy maybe show up. I don't know if he'll be here at 11 though. He'll probably, if he does show up, it'll probably be like halfway through or something like that. Because he's he's out where you're at. He's out in Salt Lake or somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And where's Dark at?
I don't know. I haven't seen him today.
Huh. Interesting.
Heard he was had lots of. They were missing some drivers, so they were all working double time.
Oh.
Whatnot.
Gotcha. All right,
I guess
and then
this is it. Then.
Doc is out too, I guess.
No, he said he was gonna set an alarm. He was like, "Are there any events so I can set my alarm?"
That guy. Well, he usually will hop in and catch up, so we might as well get in the air, I guess. Let's see anybody else coming on, I think. Alright.
Waylon's already rolling.
We rolling, baby.
Wow, it
Yeah.
took a long while for this thing. Didn't remember it was so sluggish on the takeoff.
What?
Yeah, that explains a lot. If I don't
Oh,
give
yeah.
it RPM, it makes sense. It doesn't accelerate at all. Stupid.
Go around the back way here. Forgot we took it off the wrong direction. Oh! I just see Doc just popped up on Steam.
Yeah, I pinged him.
That's funny.
I have to rely on autopilot for most of this because I can't really fly the plane.
Oh yeah, with your with your stick.
Yep. It's all the way to one side too, so like I have really good sensitivity on one side of the stick and almost none on the other side.
That's a bummer. Alright, let's see how she does here. Will it hold my current altitude? I think so. Okay. That'll give me a chance to kind of get things squared away here. 206, we can do better than that. Huh. So now the EGT isn't moving, so that's interesting. RPM is moving. That's weird. Let's get the EG. Let's get the RPM's down a bit here. What the hell? Back it up. Yeah, we're right there. Let's see. So they've got traffic is. I wonder if I can turn this off because I don't need traffic.
At some point in the flight, I will list off to 50 Minnesota inventions that changed the world. And give you a bit
Boy.
of history. Minnesota.
It's standby mode. I'm not sure why it's flashing traffic at me, but show me the flight plan. There we go. And split. I want map. Can I traffic? Hey, I can. Perfect.
Live weather isn't too bad.
No, it's pretty good. It's about the same as what we've got down here in Madison currently. Alright, let's see here.
Looks pretty similar to what we got in Salt Lake, too. It's kind of overcast.
Yeah. Sure is Waylon. Waylon, are you above or below me? I don't know where
It's
you're
above. It's 32.
Oh, I see.
Above you.
at. Yep.
32.
Got a visual now. You know, this is a really nice little plane. Like, I am not a big RV fan. I mean, I do like them, but it's not something that I typically like would hop into. But this little
Yeah.
RV8 is actually like really nice. Like, I'm really surprised by it. It's super simple, but has really great visibility. The sounds are really nice. Super easy to hand fly. Trims out really easy. I mean, it's light and gets blown around, you know, but it's I'm like this is a nice little aircraft.
That's the tandem version that you have, right?
What's that? I'm sorry.
The RV8, that's tandem seated, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
because I liked, I have the freeware version, which is okay, but I tend to fly the RV14 more because I really like that one.
Yeah. And so this one it'll have the glass and the analog, which I showed you
Yeah,
pictures of that
that's
a while back.
yeah, I know that's basically a selling point for me to have an analog version.
Yeah, so no, I'm really impressed by it. So I have to give the analog a go here at some point, but
pretty sure halfway is St. Paul. We're gonna
Copy.
do like a roundabout the city. We'll fly.
Okay.
I mean, you probably saw that flight plan, but we're not going directly through the city or landing at like Minneapolis, but we'll
Mm-hmm.
skirt the bottom and then side and then back around to St. Paul.
Gotcha.
And next week is all water runways, except for the first and the last, is what Marisa said. Because there's about 1 billion lakes with water runways.
Yeah. Oh, there's got to be a way to disable this traffic pop-up here. I wonder. Let me see.
It's
gonna-
just screaming at you because Wayland's above you.
No, it's well. So they're running in the glass cockpit. They've got a 430 in here. They've got so the 430 and the G3X Touch are in here because you
Yeah.
need to have it paired with another device. To you have to pair the G3X Touch with another unit to make it like
Yeah.
IFR certified, I guess.
Right.
So that's why they're running that. But every time it picks up traffic, I'm getting this traffic pop up on the 430, which isn't a big deal. I'm just trying to figure out how to turn it off because I've never seen that actually pop up before. It's a real function.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to disable it because I got traffic on the G3X. Okay, so increase speed here a little bit. Turn off head tracking. There we go. So let's see. Clear menu. Oh, there's got to be a way to disable that. So I'm not. Nope. Don't do that. Stay where you are. What are we doing here? Yeah.
Fielgood is behind us. The commando.
Gotcha. I don't want OBS mode.
What's everyone's speed? So I don't blow past y'all.
128 ground speed right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Slowing
great.
down a little bit.
Slow down just a bit, yeah.
So gone into OBS mode. So how do I turn that off? I want this back in. Can we do? No. Oh. What if we go back this way? Back.
Sorry, I'm a bit tardy.
Oh,
That's okay.
you're all right.
I substance abused a bit last night.
That will happen. Okay, so now this is working, I think.
Really, what are you flying? Oh, the 207.
Yep.
I remember the good old days when F1 wasn't a bonanza and I could see what plane you were in by looking at you.
Alright.
And then started coming out with airplanes that cost money. We're all just in
Remember
gravels
the-
back then.
Yeah. Remember the
Yeah.
days when we all had gravels and carbons?
And a set list of liveries we could choose from.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody make
approved
sure
list.
you download these liveries so nobody looks weird to you.
Yep.
Still haven't updated all my mods, so that is one first task that I just forget.
So this says it's in standby, so why am I getting... Interesting.
As we
How
make
is the
our
commando?
What's that?
I was
Said as
wondering
we
how
make-
how you felt the commando is.
Must be feel good. I don't have it.
I do.
The Commando? You got that aircraft? The was that the new famous flyer or whatever the fuck?
the C-46 that you're in right now.
46. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Waylon wants to know what you think of it.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It feels like a DC-3. It's actually incredibly easy as a tail dragger for me, to both take off in and land.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like this has probably been the easiest tail dragger I've flown. Like it.
Interesting.
Oh my
Are you-
god, the front on profile is just gorgeous. It is a beautiful looking plane.
Does he have an autopilot?
Not that I've found yet.
So probably not then.
Probably not.
Well, I don't think it even has the gyro pilot, which is weird because I thought.
I guess
older-
in that regard, then, how well does it trim out?
actually really nicely. It's
Okay.
got trim wheels for absolutely everything.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll always buy their famous flyers and local legends because they're fucking cheap and usually pretty interesting. There's like minimum quality.
Right.
People love to shit on them, but holy man, like the cheap to quality ratio, you can't really beat on them.
I think, I mean, I have some of them, not all of them, but this is really just because this is a plane that I'm interested in. This is a plane that I'm not interested in. So,
Yeah.
so far, they've been okay. Sometimes, for example, I would have liked to see an autopilot in the C950 195. I think that would have been much better from a utilization point of view, but it's a good
Yeah.
plane. No,
Oh,
no
man,
complaints.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite planes in the whole game. It's just beautiful. And I wish I had a floats version. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'd love autopilot on any plane, even if they just do it by like the iPad.
Yeah.
It's just handy. Like, it's nice to have.
Yeah.
It's not-
Even if it's not technically realistic, it's still like, you know.
Hide it away on the iPad. Like, so what, you know?
Yeah.
If you're such a purist that you can't have it taken up
Don't touch it.
space on your dash, I couldn't give a fuck if it was the iPad.
Yeah.
That's what the Flying Iron things do. They have their
Yeah.
sort of autopilot, so the minimum autopilot. And I think that's
Right.
okay.
Yeah, perfectly fine. By the sounds of it, the pads are going to be a bit of a default thing in 2024, so it's a great idea to have them.
Right.
What pilot doesn't nowadays? Might as well hide some cheeks on it, right?
Right.
The only thing I find hard with this thing, Wayland, is like the visibility out of it makes it puts you in a constant illusion of nose down.
So it's a bit like the double ender with this very odd perspective that you have to get used to.
It's I can barely see the horizon when on straight level.
Okay. But that was a problem I had with double ender. I never got my attitude right because I always thought I was too high, and of course I wasn't. So that took some getting used to.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
I'm getting slow a bit because I'm not really catching you guys.
All good.
Nine likes to say it's cheating, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can only take advice from people that actually turn up to the flight.
Oh man, dude.
I would.
She has a good excuse.
Oh fuck, is the reason for I thought that was for why we couldn't game last night. I don't realize it was just for today. Oops. Yeah. I'll cop that. What a prick.
Fucking dick, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'll cop that. Please don't tell her.
She might be watching the stream right now, so I don't really know.
No.
I think Major Groveling is involved now.
Teresa, if you're listening, whatever I said, it's all Grant's fault.
Oh wow.
To be fair, to be fair, it might still be slightly drunk. Oh. What the hell is going on over there to the left? What is all those towers over there? What the fuck is that?
Which way? To your right?
Directly to the
shit.
directly to the south. You're fucking busted.
What chaos is happening in my absence?
Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what they say when people are told cats dance on the table?
Were you watching any form of stream just now, Teresa?
By accident.
Wait, hang on. Oh, I just connected my headphones. What? Tap dancing
were
on the
you-
table?
Were you watching any a stream right now?
I just jumped on and I heard Feel Good say, Marisa, if you're listening, it's Grant's fault.
Thank fuck.
Wow.
Alright, great.
Yeah, except I could replay the stream.
Oh.
He thought he was safe, but he's not.
Oh.
Although that kind of is funny that that's the exact moment that she tuned in.
It is.
I
It's
know.
very funny.
Here's Vernon.
Yep. Who the fuck's talking about me?
No. Well, how's the flight?
Good. Good. Grant's
Not a lot of people on it.
cruising. Yeah, we're pretty slim pickings today. It's just
Oh.
4 of us, but that's okay.
Doc was
Yeah.
late, so he wasn't going to jump on Silky's road tripping.
Yeah.
A walkabout, as she would say.
It's a very Aussie thing to say. I was surprised when she said
I
that.
was like, what do you mean walkabout? Are we gonna eat mushrooms and forget how to people and just disappear into the woods for a bit?
Oh, I would love that for like 14 years.
No,
I was actually
I guess-
about to get into the list of 50 greatest inventions from Minnesota, but
Oh, God, don't put yourself to sleep.
they're pretty cool.
Hey, there's some pretty cool aviation ones in there.
So you actually managed
they're
to
on the
get
map for
50
some
items?
reason.
They pulled 50 of the best. They're ranked
Oh.
number 2 as the most innovative states in America.
Really interesting.
Because
Well,
winter's
fuck.
so long, so you gotta figure out something to do.
I was going to
Yes.
say, like, is there anything to do other than sit around and tinker?
Oh, yes.
Get teenage pregnant?
Well, their rates are really low in that. They're a big, like,
Really?
craft brewing state, so they're really big on breweries.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Wisconsin wants to throw down. Bring it.
Oh yeah. I mean, y'all have like the classic brews. We've got like all the IPA and craft breweries and microbrews and stuff.
Actually, yeah, you guys actually may have more breweries per capita, but we drink more than you guys do. So.
Oh yeah. Well, Wisconsin drinks like more of any state in the
Yep.
U.S.
Is that because there's nothing to do?
Oh, it's to wash down the cheese curd.
It's mostly because Wisconsin was populated by Scandinavians and Germans.
I was about to say, what are you brewing? It can't be beer. I mean,
Oh, it's beer. There's also a lot of like, well, Minnesota's not great on wine because we just don't have like the environment to do like wineries and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of like spirits. So any of like the liquors,
distilling.
there's like vodkas. Yeah, because I mean we're north of Iowa, so all the corn. There's a lot of vodka there. Yeah, whiskeys, bourbons. Yeah, there's a gin factory. There's like a vodski. It's like a mix between vodka and whiskey. Yeah, so it's all the like stronger liquors, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay, time for that list.
Coming in at number 1 is the Great Northern Railroad.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit of a deal, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
When the US only has 3 rail lines, it's a big deal.
Yeah. Ready for number 2? It's gonna blow your mind.
Maybe.
Toilet?
The Furnace Thermostat.
Minnesota. Well, I mean, they're like, yeah, I guess. Like, boy, there, guy. It's pretty cool though. We should probably do something about that.
Well, so this guy, Swiss Albert Butts.
Albert
Hey,
Butts?
Hey. Butz.
Doesn't matter.
Anyways, the business he founded to manufacture the product, Butts Thermoelectric Regulator Company, would evolve into today's Honeywell International.
Really?
Oh,
sounds
okay.
like that sounds like Minnesota equipment. But thermal, I mean,
Massive.
yeah, I know them. Our customers, they also make a lot of industrial furnaces, burners, stuff like that, control systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Honeywell was started in Minnesota. 3M was started in Minnesota. Sleep
Hold
Number.
on,
the
slow your
best
roll. We'll
company.
get there.
Okay,
dude.
okay.
We're getting-
You're late.
In
We're a
number
great startup
3,
state.
we have the concrete grain elevator.
I'll start farming.
And
Yeah,
moving on.
next.
Right from that is number 4 with grocery bag with handles. Before that, no handles.
Why do I get the impression that the Minnesota is famous for putting handles and switches on things that already exist? Like,
You know what this thing could use right here?
yeah.
A better way to grip it, let me tell you.
Yeah, but think about it.
Many.
If this is what they have to put on the list, how desperate are they?
And right after that, at number 5 is the Better Business Bureau.
God damn it.
Number 6, Greyhound Bus Lines.
Which is, I don't even know, is Greyhound even still around? I thought that they were,
Oh yeah,
They are, yeah.
Definitely.
Australia as well. They have worldwide.
they have Greyhound in Australia, really?
Yeah, Greyhounds everywhere.
I didn't know they were, I thought they were just a US thing. I didn't think they were global.
Definitely not in Europe.
All right, ready for number 7? Any guesses? Anyone want to make a guess?
Something to do with toilets.
We have the pop-up toaster.
What the fuck? Wild.
And number 8 is water skis.
What?
I mean,
Water skis?
makes sense.
Ah,
Yeah.
water skis. Okay.
They have a lot of lakes.
Yeah.
A lot of lakes. 10,000, if you can believe it. Closer to 12.
Yeah, holy shit, that's Ontario numbers.
Number 9 is the Milky Way candy bar.
Oh, okay. I honestly thought that was an Aussie thing.
No.
The Frank
least
C.
we have New York
Mars,
as well.
a native of Hancock, Minnesota, founded the Marrow Bar Candy Company in Minneapolis in 1920. 3 years later, Mars introduced Milky Way, reputedly the world's first filled candy bar.
Right, I didn't know that was a first for Milky Way.
Its
I
filling
love
was
Milky Ways, but they're
inspired.
never big enough.
Yeah, that's fair. Its filling was inspired by the name of a chocolate malt milkshake popular at the time. Milky Way was a hit, and 6 years after its introduction, Mars moved his company to the Midwest candy capital, Chicago. There, the company would create other famous brands, notably Three Musketeers and M&M.
Right on.
Next is masking tape. The company, originally known as Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing, moved away from mining and the North Shore and has been developing new products ever since. One of 3M's earliest innovations, masking tape, was originally created for use by auto painters for two-tone paint jobs. The tape's inventor, Richard Drew, would go on to develop the first transparent cellophane adhesive tape, which 3M branded as Scotch tape.
I honestly did not think that Minnesota had this many things to their name.
Number 11, our first aviation invention, the closed cabin commercial airplane.
Like, so it's kind of windy and cold up there. Let me tell you, we actually have a little bit of experience with this in Minnesota. And what we do is we go inside.
Yep. Northwest Airways, the first U.S. airline to offer a closed cabin aircraft in 1926, a 3-passenger Stinson Detroiter.
What is Stinson? Is that what it is?
A
Stinson?
Stinson, S-T-I-N-S-O-N,
Yeah.
Detroiter.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with. I know Stinson. I'm not familiar with that
Yeah.
particular aircraft, though.
Yeah. I post an image of it in the chat if you'd like.
This thing has got an autopilot switch on the dash. I don't know where the rest of the autopilot controls are. But emergency autopilot switch.
There you go. There's a Stinson Detroiter.
Where did you?
Where?
get it?
Expedition Earth.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Ah, interesting. That looks more modern than I would have expected the first enclosed aircraft, like passenger aircraft, to be honest with you.
Thought it would be something like this Foxmoth thing or something.
Yeah, for sure.
It kind of looks like just a Norseman.
Little bit.
Norseman or Beaver, maybe, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Number 12, in 1938, the freight cooling system.
Well, that's a big deal. That opens for like trucking and shit like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Mechanical refrigeration unit to replace the ice blocks that trucking companies used to cool their trailers.
Pretty nifty.
1940, number 13, mass spectrometer for uranium-235.
That's not one I would have expected.
Well, it's Harvard in Minnesota, isn't it?
What's that?
Isn't Harvard in Minnesota?
No. Harvard?
No?
No. Harvard's in Boston.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
The Ivy League schools are, aren't they?
Yeah.
I thought you were free in.
Well, I thought so too.
And there was Maurice's grandma in the background.
I unmuted and I had the wrong. The microphone earbud was the one I left on the counter. Harvard's in Massachusetts, so on the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Princeton's in New Jersey, and then, yeah, Penn State is up in Pennsylvania. So they're all East Coast.
Okay.
Number 14, the one we are all excited about. 1942, the electronic autopilot.
Hey, thank you, Minnesota.
Like many innovative U.S. companies, Honeywell was involved in defense work during World War II. What was then Minneapolis Honeywell Regulator Company developed an electronic autopilot for U.S. Air Force bombers, helping pilots fly steadily enough to hit targets from high altitudes. In time, aerospace would become one of Honeywell's largest businesses.
So it was not an autopilot to fly to a specific destination, but just a pilot to keep the plane steady?
I
Basically,
think so, yeah. Basically.
Okay.
Very basic.
Well, that-
Basically what the Wilga has. It's
Yeah.
very basic, like, stabilizer. But I don't even know what this is, and I'm reading it. Number 15, the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory. I just thought it was inventor. It's inventory. The MMPI is the world's most widely used standardized personality and psychology test. Interesting. Oh.
Pseudoscience. They invented
Yeah.
pseudoscience.
Yeah.
How good.
Number 16, in 1947, magnetic recording tape.
So, like, tape. Like, cassette tapes.
Singer Bing Crosby used 3M tape to record his radio show in 1948, and the invention became the basis of the commercial and consumer tape recording business. In 1996, 3M's tape business became part of a spin-off company, Imation, which still produces magnetic tape.
Interesting.
Magnetic recording had been around for years. 3M made it useful. Number 17, in 1947, we have Tonka trucks.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice. I had Tonka trucks as a kid.
They're so shit now. They're plastic. What
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
hell?
Mine were all like fucking metal and everything. Like they were dope.
Yeah. If a little shit ran them into your ankles, you'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Number 18, in 1947, we have packaged cake mix.
Packaged cake mix. Wow.
Yep. General Mills didn't invent the packaged cake mix. Such products had been around since the 1920s, but But until Minneapolis company mastered the food chemistry, cake mixes were readily subject to spoilage. When General Mills introduced Betty Crocker ginger cake mix in 1947, Just Add Water products became much more shelf-stable and widely accepted among harried parents of baby boomers.
Who would have guessed?
Number 19. In 1948, we have cortisone.
Hey.
okay.
Number 20. In 1950, we have the Bundt pan, like Bundt cakes.
Fun cakes, yeah. Making America fat and remedies for their aching joints.
Yep. This one should surprise nobody, but at number 21, in 1951, we have the snowblower.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Toro introduced the first walk-behind snowblower, much to the relief of corner lot homeowners and their cardiologists. Numerous companies manufacture blower these days. Toro's current line ranges from a compact electric model to a massive heavy-duty model with a 342cc engine that can blast the white stuff up to 45 feet.
It's this corner. Yeah, I had a corner lot house. I know that pain. Sucks.
Yeah. Number 22, in 1952, we had open heart surgery.
Wow. What year?
1952.
They didn't start doing open heart surgery until 1952. Wow.
The first successful open heart surgery on a 5-year-old girl at the University of Minnesota.
Wow.
Oh, here's another aviation one you'll all appreciate. Number 23, in 1953, the Black Box Flight Data Recorder.
Yeah, right.
Though now firmly focused on food, General Mills made many intriguing excursions into other industries during the post-war decades. For many years, it had a mechanical division that developed a variety of devices. One was the black box to record flight data on airplanes, crucial for determining the causes of a crash. The man behind the device was collision researcher James Crash Ryan in the University of Minnesota's Department of Engineering, who worked with General Mills. Yep,
That was his
James Crash
nickname.
Ryan, who worked with General Mills to perfect the technology. It took years of lobbying to get airlines on board, but now no commercial airplane takes off without it.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah. Number 24, 1955, we have the blood pump.
Let's see. Sorry. What was our midway point again?
St. Paul, the one we're coming into.
Copy. All right.
And we've made it to number 25, where we will take a rest and continue after the break. Number 25 in 1955 is the in-ear hearing aid.
Oh, and so to given the world AIDS.
Wow.
Crazy.
I know you
folks.
guys are in awe of me so much. It's like,
yeah.
so many wows. It's so great.
Are they the right kind of wows?
Yep.
That's the question.
There's only one
Yep.
kind.
there's only one kind. Whoops. Nope. Don't want to do that. Jesus.
What city's this?
St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Yeah, so this plane has gyropilot, but I can't figure it out. I've seen it. It's the same thing in the DC-3. Well, I can't get it to follow anything. Yeah, I could turn it on and it goes a bit berserk. But maybe it's just me not knowing how to use Gyropilot, but I feel like it's pretty straightforward.
Gosh.
Yep, it's the airport
This
ahead,
landing
isn't it?
sucks. Yeah. No one can judge me on my landings today.
What's that?
Because I got a massive dead zone in my stick that means I have good control in one direction and almost none in the other.
Oh, glorious.
You know,
No one can judge my landings because I'm in a tail dragger, but they've been pretty good at this thing.
Oh, this tail draggers.
oof. My Jesus. Oh. Okay then.
Feel like there should be a way.
Crap.
To hide the co-pilot. Oh, we got here 18 knots. Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's bumpy.
It's basically almost a direct crosswind. Cool.
Holy.
Cool, cool,
Frickin'.
cool.
If you come in runway, whatever this one is, 14, it's right down the center.
Is it? Okay.
For me, it
It
is.
must-
Yeah.
It must have shifted from where I'm at over here, so. Alright.
Oof.
Okay.
That wasn't so bad.
Ooh, that was too much. So this is St. Paul right here, and then it's Minneapolis up there just to the... Gotcha.
Minneapolis is Prince, hey?
Hey,
Thanks.
we're getting there. Hold on. Just kidding. Yeah, it's Prince. Yeah. Prince is not an invention. He's a man.
Says you.
And Winona Ryder is also from Minnesota. She is from the city of Winona.
Wow.
Yeah, real
Like you're
original.
making stuff up.
Oh no, I'm not.
Who came first? City named after Winona, or did her mom name her after the city?
Guess we'll never know.
We
I
will
think she
never
was
know.
named after the city.
I'm sure she was. I'm just being a dipshit.
Yeah, let me see.
Alright, let's see if I can actually. I don't know what the actual good landing speed is for this guy, but. Let's try to stall it. Those barges in the river, it looks like it, yeah. But are partially covered in water. Weird.
Hey,
Alrighty.
back at 06.
Sounds good.
Oh, is anyone there? Hello.
I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, mate. My wife's just finished cooking breakfast for us, so I'm gonna go slam that. I'll slew and catch up. All right.
Okay.
Don't wait for me.
No worries. Okay.
All right.
Enjoy.
Be right back.
All right, all right, all right.
Rock and roll. Alright.
Feel good said we shouldn't wait on him because he's getting breakfast right now.
Okay.
Okay. Send it.
This is going to be a dangerous thing to do in the news sim if the ground physics are actually correct.
Yeah.
Parking in the grass without bush tires is going to be a problem.
Track.
I should be able to make this. All right.
Oi, where's the fact?
Waiting for Feel Good. He's not back from
Okay.
breakfast.
Okay.
Patience, young one.
Jeez Louise.
Another Minnesota saying, everybody. Thank you, Nine.
Well, get out of here.
And with the accent, it's just something else.
I think you're flying by my house.
Flew past your house already.
Oh, yeah, I was like, those lakes look familiar. I think they're just a little north.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is White Bear off to the right there.
Okay, don't dox me. Jeez, wait.
Looks right at your house somewhere on the map down there.
Wow, lands at the park in my backyard.
Yeah. Pulls a Skeeter 4.
No.
The other day, I mean, you could tell him.
I'm
Well, you
eating, you
guys,
can
I'm
tell
here.
it.
The other day, there was a helicopter that was flying about 1,000 feet back and forth across Maurice's roof, basically. It was mosquito control. They were dropping little pellets that would basically make any of the larvae in any of the swamp areas not grow into full adults. Kind of neat.
Agent Orange for mosquitoes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I go outside and I'm like, why is there a helicopter right over me? And it was named Skeeter 4, and Grant called the company, and they were like, oh yeah, like, do you live by a pond? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, yeah, we've been doing it for 30 years that they do, like, mosquito control, because with all the lakes, there's a lot of mosquitoes, so, yeah. So yeah, they, like, told him about the website and all this stuff, and I was like, okay, cool, but, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. You guys ready for more Minnesota fact?
Yes, I also sent you some Discord ones that are aviation specific.
Yep, I saw.
Okay,
I'll get
good.
to them. I'll get to them.
Okay.
Coming in at number 26, in 1955, we have taconite pellets.
What?
Is
That
anyone
the thing
wondering
they
what?
drop near swamps to stop mosquitoes growing into adults?
No, it is not. The Minnesota Iron Range might have lost its major industry instead of remaining one of the world's largest sources of iron if it weren't for the work of Edward Davis. Knowing that there were limited quantities of natural ore on the ground, Davis worked for decades to perfect technologies that would allow mining companies to separate iron from taconite, a rock formation with less pure iron content, and turn that iron into pellets for use by steel-making blast furnaces. When the natural ore began to run out in the 1950s, taconite pellet technology was ready to take over. In 1955, Reserve Mining in Silver Bay produced the first pellets. There's still plenty of taconite on the range, though demand for iron has slumped in the past year, thanks to a global glut of steel. And there you go. That's it. Number 27, in 1955, we had climate-controlled shopping centers.
Minnesota's really
Is-
about the climate control.
Yeah.
Is that what most people would call heating, or
I would say
Yeah.
maybe, yeah,
Cooling, air
heating and
conditioning.
cooling.
We can't
The-
control the weather outside, but we can control it in a supermarket.
The Dayton Department Store Company and Austrian-born designer Victor Gruen, a socialist in his younger days, changed the retail game forever when Southdale opened in Edina. Gruen had originally envisioned something...
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Edina.
Edina. Gruen had originally envisioned something more like a mixed-use downtown and came to loathe the malls that Southdale pioneered and have since spread worldwide. It's probably no coincidence that one of the world's largest enclosed centers is just a few miles away from the original. So basically, shopping malls with AC. Another one that shouldn't surprise anyone. Number 28, in 1956, we have the recreational snowmobile.
That's really no
Edgar
surprise.
Edgar Hetting didn't invent the snowmobile, but the northern Minnesota native saw that snowmobiles had serious potential for recreational purposes, and he built the first such machine at his Roseau Farm Implement Company, Polaris Industries. The machine took
Polaris,
off.
that's where it is.
Yeah, the machine took off, and Hetting would take off from Polaris in 1960 to start another snowmobile maker in Thief River Falls, a company that would come to be known as Arctic Cat. Polaris and Arctic Cat remain major Minnesota manufacturers, and both still make snowmobiles, although the product that has driven their growth in recent years is the all-terrain vehicle. Number 29, in 1957,
ATV.
ATV. Like the Juice Goose.
UTV.
Oh,
UTV.
it's a utility.
Yep.
The Juice Goose is cool.
The UTV.
Is it a UTV?
They all are. ATVs are quad bikes.
Anyways, 1957, we had the implantable pacemaker.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah, pretty good.
Lot of
1962.
medicine technology in Minnesota, it seems.
Yeah, well,
very
they
part
have-
specific as well, because there's Mayo Clinic, but then also the University of Minnesota is one of the largest research universities for healthcare. So, yeah, it's a really good healthcare state.
Okay.
I don't know whether this next one is surprising or not, but at number 30, we have, in 1962, the Deep Sea Submarine.
Thank you for your contribution to killing billionaires.
You're welcome.
Continuing its forays far from flour and Cheerios, General Mills had an on-staff aeronautical engineer design Alvin, a deep-sea submersible that could be transported aboard a ship instead of being towed. Used by the U.S. Naval Institute, the three-passenger sub has performed a number of remarkable tasks, from locating a lost hydrogen bomb in 1966 to exploring the wreck of the Titanic 2 decades later. General Mills sold its mechanical division decades ago, but Alvin, which has been upgraded several times, remains in use.
Oh wow. Nothing like a 50-year-old plus submarine.
Yeah.
Go down there.
Number 31. In 1962, the invention of skyways.
But
Which is just like big
So, in the
enclosed
downtown?
walking bridges.
Yeah, so in the downtown, you have skyways between all of the buildings, so you never have to leave. You don't have to go outside. So it's like
right.
tunnels connecting the buildings, but they're in the sky. So yeah, they'll be like a
Right.
couple floors above like ground level. But yeah, you can literally walk through the entire downtown and never leave, which is great when it's
Minneapolis.
like negative 40 degrees.
Minneapolis
Yeah,
now
something
has
like that, but underground.
Yeah.
Minneapolis now has about 8 miles of skyways. St. Paul has more than 5 miles. Yeah.
I was thinking, you really like your state, don't you? I mean, you don't want to go outside at all. Air conditioning, skyways.
Yeah, well, when the options are you either freeze to death or you die with the humidity, outside's not super fun.
Okay.
But yeah. Well, yeah, Minnesota has the largest temperature variance of any state in the United States. So the lowest recorded temperature is like negative 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and then the hottest temperature on record was like 114, which it doesn't get that hot typically. It's usually like there's a week in July or August that it'll hit 100, but it's usually like mid 90s. But you add like 30% humidity onto that, and it's a little
Yeah,
warm.
sure.
So, yeah.
100 Fahrenheit is something like 40 degrees centigrade or something? A little bit less?
I do not know. I am American. I have to Google it.
While you do that, at number 32 in 1963, we had the retractable seatbelt.
I thought that was a Volvo. No, that was 3-point. Never mind.
From our favorite Minnesota engineer, James Crash Ryan, came the retractable
Strikes
seatbelt.
again.
Yep. In addition to the black box, Ryan developed seatbelts that self-tighten during a collision. As with the black box, the retractable belt wasn't instantly embraced, but like the black box, the retractable seatbelt is now standard equipment.
I wonder if he
Champ.
got this name before or after his inventions.
I don't know.
Saved a lot of lives for someone with such a morbid nickname.
You wonder who invented the crash test dummy, or if it was just him for the first 30 years.
Imagine if he was actually the first crash test dummy. He's like, in his will, please put me in a simulated car accident.
Yeah. Number 33 in 1963, we have the supercomputer.
Ooh, not just a regular computer.
No, the supercomputer. It was used to model complex phenomena,
Phenomena.
such as hurricanes and galaxies.
Phenomena.
Ah, that John Travolta movie.
Oh, yeah. That one was horrible.
Do we have that centigrade conversion, 9?
Yes, I put it in the chat for the
Oh,
Discord voice channel.
yeah.
So it's like negative 51 or something centigrade to 45.
45. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Aussie Christmas time temperatures.
Number 34 in 1964, the game of Twister was invented. Originally called Pretzel.
Jeez, starting up swingers parties for that long. Woo.
The idea sold to Milton Bradley, which renamed the game Twister. Sears Roebuck, then a dominant retailer, at first refused to carry it, considering it too risque, but the company changed its mind when Johnny Carson played it on TV in 1966. Twister has never gone out of production and has enjoyed revivals over the years. In number 35, in 1966, we have another medical device, the prosthetic heart valve. Yep, that's what there is. Number 36, in 1966 to 1968, we have organ transplants.
These are some leaps and bounds in the medical field in Minnesota. Holy shit.
The first successful pancreas, kidney, and bone marrow transplants were performed at the University of Minnesota. Number 37, in 1969, we had the Nerf ball.
The Nerf gun, the Nerf ball.
Yeah, the Nerf ball, the foam rubber Nerf.
Right.
Made it easier for kids to play ball-related games inside.
Because it's climate
There it is
controlled
again.
inside.
But from the sound of it, Mars shouldn't be a problem for you, should it? I mean,
Another indoor, number 38 in 1977, we have Nordic Track. Chaska engineer, correct me if I'm wrong, Chaska?
Chaska, yep.
Chaska
Chaska.
engineer, second try. Chaska engineer and designer Edward Pauls was an avid cross-country skier who wanted to recreate the exercise benefits of his favorite athletic endeavor, indoors.
Great. I blame like all of the Nordic culture that we just stay inside and never talk to each other. That's all winter is.
Number 39, in 1979, sorry, we have crisp crust frozen pizza. So, yeah. Frozen pizza. Number 40, in 1980, we had rollerblades.
Okay.
Scott Olson didn't invent the inline roller skate, but the 19-year-old made them faster and more comfortable for his fellow hockey players to wear to stay in skating shape during the summer. Pucksters took to them, and so did fitness-obsessed people who had never put a puck in the basket in their lives. Although you can still find them at roller rinks, regular roller skates have all but disappeared from the market. Inline skates blew past them. Number 41, in 1981, we have satellite TV broadcasting. Number 42, 1984, something I'm sure everyone in here has utilized, microwave popcorn.
I can say with confidence I've never touched that with my hand in my life.
Waylon.
Oh my god, that's the most German
What?
shit. No, it seems too fun.
No.
Seems too fun.
Too convenient.
How is popcorn fun? Popcorn doesn't taste like anything. And
Oh my god, this means you didn't put anything on it. Cinnamon popcorn. Sweet
Right.
corn. We got caramel corn. Salt and butter, the classics.
Yes, just give me salt and butter. Best.
Alright. Number 43, in 1987, we have the sleep number bed.
what?
The sleep number bed. Select Comfort's pressure adjustable air supported mattress was the brainchild of Robert Walker, who saw the promise of similar technology at a South Carolina company called Comfort Air, which is now owned by Select Comfort. Sales of the sleep number bed, which allows the sleeper to easily adjust the level of air support, are small relative to traditional spring mattresses, but with 400 plus Select Comfort stores, the brand's own number is rising. Yeah, it's basically just you can change the softness of your bed with a
Pressure, yeah.
remote. And I
Fair
think
enough.
the newer ones are temperature controlled as well, so if you sleep hot, you can make it cold. And number 44, 1991, the Breathe Right nasal strip. So if you
I feel like we're
snore-
scraping the bottom of the barrel now. Hey.
Yeah, well, we're coming up on number 45 here. Something I don't even know what they are. 1991, we have Zubas. Those
Oh,
loose,
that-
comfy, stripy pants were huge with pro wrestlers, weightlifters, rockers, and ball players of all kinds. Yeah. What are you gonna say? Feel good?
Huh?
What were you gonna say?
I thought they were the big inflatable balls that people go in.
Those are Zorb balls.
Zorbers, right? Zorb balls, right? Okay.
Number 46 in 1992, we have microwavable French fries.
Oh, that sounds festy, honestly. Gross. They'd be so soggy, right?
Yeah, I don't know that they. Yeah. Oh,
Not
scraping the
convinced.
bottle. Number 47 in 1998, we have Zygon.
What's that?
University of Minnesota medical chemist Robert Vince's research with a group of antiviral agents called carbavirs led to his discovery of a breakthrough anti-AIDS medication called Abacavir, marketed by GlaxoSmithKline as Zyagin. The drug has generated more than $300 million for the university, the most lucrative source of licensing income in the school's history. So, anti-AIDS medication.
Huh. They give
Number
people
48.
AIDS and then take it away.
Number 48, we have in 2000 the Minute Clinic, a fast in, fast out approach to treating a handful of common ailments such as sore throats. And number 49, in 2001, we have the Fast Anthrax Test. Founded in the late 1800s, Mayo Clinic is one of the chief reasons that healthcare is one of Minnesota's keystone industries. In the wake of 9/11, letters containing anthrax spores were mailed to several news media offices and 2 U.S. senators, killing 5 and prompting a nationwide scare. Working with pharmaceutical firm Roche, Mayo researchers developed a test to detect anthrax bacteria in human and environmental samples in less than an hour. The fear subsided, but the test remains on call. And last but not least, at number 50, in 2007, we have Tactical Micro Robot.
Like rock disposal robots?
Recon Robotics was founded to commercialize the University of Minnesota's robotics technology. In 2007, it introduced the Recon Scout, a small remote-controlled robot that allows military and law enforcement personnel to see into dangerous situations without putting themselves in harm's way. Recon Robotics has since developed other throwable mini robots for the military and is now throwing the idea into other markets. Yeah.
So in the
Yeah,
future,
wait,
if you want to check what the weather outside, you send a drone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to read the aviation ones I messaged you?
Yep, those are next. An honorable mention
Cool.
from the Mayo Clinic. Research and innovation has been a part of their aerospace medicine culture since the 1930s. Mayo Clinic physiologists and altitude scientists developed several items vital to military pilot safety during World War II. Many inventions, such as the 5-bladder G suit, the M1 straining maneuver for fighter pilots, and higher altitude bailout bottle, are now industry standards. And there, I'm going to read this whole thing.
Yeah, that second page, just the second page. You don't have to read all yet. Jeez.
Oh, that's the movie. Hold on.
Well, yeah. So
Okay.
I was down at Mayo Clinic for a procedure, and there was this little theater, and they were like, oh yeah, like come in, we're showing this old film, and I was like, okay, cool, it's part of their heritage history whatever thing. I was like, okay, cool. So I sit down, and it's about they had and they still have an aviation, a medical aviation research facility there. And so they were talking about this whole thing. So I watched this film, and the link is online. It's only 30 minutes, but it's really cool. But it goes through all of this stuff. So, anyways, read the article or the second page about it.
Second page.
Yes.
From these and other studies, Mayo Clinic made pioneering innovations. They made the straining maneuver, known as the grunt or M1 from Mayo 1. This action is a voluntary contraction in which an aviator increases pressure to his or her arms, legs, chest, and abdomen, forcing blood to the brain so as to retain consciousness. The maneuver is still a mainstay of aviation training. The G-suit, this full-body uniform, has chambers that, when inflated with air, counteract G-forces by directing blood flow to the brain. Willy Messerschmitt, the leading German designer of fighter planes, saw a G-suit on a downed American airman and concluded, "We had nothing to match it, and I knew if American aviation science was so far ahead of us to make such a suit, Germany had lost the war already." Mayo Clinic researchers also developed a valve that connected the G-suit to the plane's air pressure system, ensuring automatic continuous inflation of the suit. the A14 mask. This was a wartime enhancement of the original BLB mask. It automatically provided the pilot with as much supplemental oxygen as was needed. And the bailout bottle, used by pilots and crews as they made parachute jumps from planes at high altitudes. This portable bottle ensured a supply of oxygen to help aviators remain conscious during descent, greatly increasing their odds of a safe landing. By working closely with the military and civilian industry, Mayo Clinic's discoveries entered mass production and combat used by American fighting forces in record time. Mayo's aeromedical innovations also led to important post-war advances in catheterization of the heart, studies of lung function, military and civilian jet aviation, and the space program. Mayo Clinic's wartime services were valued at more than $200 million, and the ultimate value of such wide-ranging discoveries is beyond calculation. For its services in World War II, the Mayo Aeromedical Unit charged the U.S. government a total of $1 per year.
Yeah, wow.
So there you go.
So
If you would
Minnesota's
like.
a whole bunch of smart people. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but we all stay inside.
Yeah. Alright, and I'll post a link to that video, a 30-minute movie, if anyone wants to watch it, about Mayo Clinic's aerospace advances
Yeah.
in the
So
Expedition
even with
Earth
the
Club.
G suit, yeah. So with the G suit, they contracted like pantyhose makers, like people that make all like the long tights all the way down, because they were like, oh, they're experts in like compression material, so they would know like how to make it, all the fabrics and textiles and everything. And so it's really cool just to see, like, it shows them like how they started from one thing and then they innovated it and then they added a second thing, or like just all the stuff. So it's a really cool like heritage film. But they had I don't know what it was called. It was something like that they were studying, like the centrifuge thing, but for humans.
Yeah.
And they had it in like a secret building that they had like disguised as like dorms for their students, but that was their testing center that they were doing all that stuff. So yeah, they developed that like the M1 maneuver and everything like that. So it's a really cool film, and it was in Minnesota. So
There you go. There's your little Minnesota facts and history. It's the first time we've ever done it for any of the states, but
that's what happens when I'm in charge.
yeah, okay.
We're learning while we fly. Also, the corn dog was invented in Minnesota at the Minnesota State Fair.
Oh, yes. Can't forget that one.
Can't forget the corn dog.
What the corn dog?
Waylon, no.
It's a hot dog on a stick, and then you bread it in like cornmeal, and it's like it's deep fried traditionally, but you can bake it.
Looks healthy. Okay.
Waylon, when you come to America, we're gonna just immerse you in American.
Yeah, you're gonna
culture.
spoil, or you're gonna corrupt me for life, I know.
Yep. Just wait until me and Feelgood make you a pulled pork parfait.
Yeah, that sounds like a walking cardiac arrest, but okay.
Well,
It's
It
probably
is.
worth it. I mean,
Really?
so you put a sausage in a stick like a lollipop? That's interesting, okay.
I just put a picture in this voice chat channel thing. Yeah, so you stick it on like a lollipop, and then you bread it, and then you deep fry it.
Never heard of that. Okay. I mean, it looks kind of cool. I'll give it that. It looks very unhealthy, but cool. I'd try that, I'm sure.
Plane, or you can. Yeah. Great. Flight is almost at end. No, I guess not. We have 2 more airports to fly over. 1 more airport to
Yeah.
fly over.
So there were a couple ways that I could have done this plan, but I decided to go with, we'll circle around the Twin Cities a little bit, and then we're going up towards Lake Superior, so we're going up to Duluth. So this airport is just a little ways away from Duluth. But then, yeah, we can see Lake Superior. There's a cool lighthouse. I need to see if it's in the sim before I put it on the plan. But then we'll go up north towards the Canadian border, and we'll go do some lake hopping. So there's a lot of like, the float plane industry in Minnesota is very strong. But yeah, so we'll go hit some of those water airports, and then there's an airport I'm trying to end at that is halfway between Canadian border and halfway between Minnesota border. So
Like
yeah.
the runway literally crosses the border.
Where have I heard Duluth before? Is it famous for something?
Yeah.
Because I know
the
that
Duluth
I've heard it.
Trading Company.
I've heard it before, this name, and I'm thinking of why.
Yeah, it's a big shipping city, so it's one of the biggest ports on Lake Superior. But they're famous for they have like a clothing company. It's the Duluth Clothing Company, but they do a lot of like working clothes and stuff like that. So
Oh,
that
that's
could
nice.
be it. I don't know.
No, that's not it. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft. I think he wrote novels that took place there.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Lake Superior ships and the Edmund Fitzgerald and all that stuff, so. Yeah. So I'll give you some Lake Superior facts the next time, and we'll cross over. We'll actually go over the Iron Range, and then up to the only national park in Minnesota, and then yeah. So we'll do some lake hopping next time. Oh yeah, and Doc, Prince, Minnesota. So I think his house they like set up as like a Prince shrine, so a ton of people go there. But yeah, you can go see it and stuff. But Prince is from Minnesota, and then
The singer.
yeah, the singer.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who else. The writer, the author, F. Scott Fitzgerald, is from St. Paul, so you can go see his house.
Parents always call it the worst time, man, I tell you.
Bob Dylan's from Minnesota. And if you're a hockey fan, there's a city close to where we'll be ending next time. It's called Warroad, and it produces the largest amount of NHL hockey players of any city in the world.
Must be something in the water.
Probably. The Coen brothers are also from Minnesota. So they did Fargo, No Country for Old Men, Big Lebowski, Serious Man, Burn After Reading, and True Grit.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, looking at Fargo, I see why you don't want to go outside. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh. It's like, where's 8? I looked up, I was like, oh. You're right above me.
Oh, Grant, explain to Waylon what that burger that you tried is. When you came to visit, the famous one that we went to Mike.
Oh, the Juicy Lucy.
I know what it is. I know that. I've done it myself. It's
Okay.
basically it's the cheese on the inside the patty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we got those down here too. Hey, get out of here. Rat.
Yeah, I do a little bit of cooking myself, and so I came across a burger handbook which explained what that meant. So I've actually
Yeah?
tried it myself. Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, there's two bars that are right across from each other that they fight over who invented it. So yeah.
Let's say I saw probably on drive-ins, diners and dives or something. I don't know, one of those shows
Yeah.
where they went and I seem to remember there being an episode about the Juicy Lucy and who was the or whatever who claimed
Originator.
to be the originator of it. That was years ago though, but I seem to remember that watching that.
Probably the same thing as in Germany. We have this. I don't know. Have you ever heard of currywurst?
Say that again?
Currywurst?
No.
It's basically it's supposedly the German national dish. It's basically a bratwurst, but with a curry sauce on top.
Okay.
And so it's a very common dish here for it's something like fast food. So basically, it's something that you eat on the go.
Yeah.
And we have many places in Germany claiming that they invented currywurst. So there's Berlin, there's Hamburg, there's my place or my region, and we all claim that we invented currywurst. I mean, we are right, of course, but
It's like we're right, they're wrong. But you know.
but you know how Berliners are. They claim everything, but and that's
That's funny. How long has that been around though? Like
currywurst since the 1950s.
okay.
Because
Yeah,
before we didn't have curry.
Well, yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, okay, so when did Germany start getting curry then? So
Not curry in the way that you mean it. Not in the Indian sense. It's basically a powder. It's a spice powder. It's a spice mixture.
okay.
So it's not curry like the Indian dish.
So they just basically take they take it and they just sprinkle curry powder on top of it. Then is that what it
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, and tomato ketchup, and it's not exactly ketchup. It's a sauce, and of course they claim it's very popular. It's a very special sauce with special ingredients, blah blah blah. But basically, it's
Okay.
mostly ketchup.
And is it? So you said it's like basically treated as like a something that you'd have like on the go. Like, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it served in a like in a bun, or is it kind of like in like a dish where you would like just
It's
kinda eat this?
not in a bun because that's a mess usually, but
Yeah.
you'd serve it either in a dish or maybe with fries on a small plastic dish
That
or
looks
something.
really good.
I posted something in the chat.
Okay.
See some
gotcha.
new.
Let me see here. Okay, here we go. Oh, nope.
Fries and a dog.
Yeah. Interesting.
Welcome to the voice channel, Big D. We're about to land at the last airport on this whole flight, so we're about done, but
Where are you landing?
Cloquet, Carlton County, KCOQ. Kilo Charlie Oscar Quebec.
Just finishing up our flight for the day.
So the second image that I posted, that's how it would usually be served on just in a cardboard dish with this little fork to be eaten on the go.
Gotcha.
Okay, gotcha.
Interesting. Okay, let me see. Where is the? Let's see. Open chat. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was kind of imagining. Huh. Interesting.
Of course, nowadays our national dish is actually döner, which is supposed to be Turkish, though the Turks say they have nothing to do with it. It's a pita bread filled with meat and salad and some kind of white sauce.
Sure. Alright. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and increase this up here.
Going in the wrong way for wind, but
Yeah, it
whatever.
looks like it's blowing 11 knots, so I'm just gonna swing around here. You going in 3-6?
Yep.
Copy. Yeah, I'll just swing around the other side of the field here. Let's see.
Oy.
Speed up. Yeah, oh, it's down to, I don't know, about 5 knots on the nose now. 7. Still not horrible. Oop. I got a staller. Yeah. pretty happy with this build. They need to just change a few little things, but overall it's pretty good. I think if any of you guys pick it up, you'll be pretty happy with it.
Sweet. I probably will. I have all their other stuff anyways.
Yeah.
Any
I
idea roughly when it will come out?
Well, the NDA lifts next week, so I'm
Okay.
guessing, and they've gotten the approval from Vans on it, so it's just a little bit of last minute tweaking, I think, and that's basically
Oh,
about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would guess the next 2 weeks probably. They just need to. I need to talk to Alex about. I think they have to.
Alex.
There's something.
Vegas?
What's that? Did you?
So I met
Oh,
all of them in Vegas.
I think so. I keep bugging him about the 900.
I
Any
talked to him
base-
about it.
He ghosts me on it.
Yeah,
He
they
does.
were very tight-lipped about it in Vegas.
So
They said it's
'cause
coming, but like
So-
nothing else.
because we were supposed to get that handed off to us months ago to start
Yeah.
testing, and then they just went radio silent on us with even the testers. Like I've asked multiple times, like openly in the tester chat, and there's not a lot of us in there. It's a pretty small group of testers, and
Yeah.
he just like they completely ghost it. Like my questions about, they'll answer other questions I ask, but they won't say anything about the Kodiaks. And when Microsoft or Asobo did their presentation at the conference, I swear I saw a little segment, like it was a real brief clip, and like where they were showing the team members like out like doing more extensive testing with aircraft, and I swear I saw a Kodiak there, and I'm like, and now it's starting. I'm like, I bet Asobo
Base game.
is bringing the Kodiak to the base game.
I would not be surprised.
That
But
it's the
wait,
only thing
I
that
talked-
makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense as to why he would just completely go like that. That they would ghost me on that.
Yeah. Well,
So-
who's their livery guy? Or their paint guy or whatever? Because I was talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, we're painting it right now," and I was like, so it's pretty close.
Yeah. See, initially, it's because I've seen the model. Like I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen the model as well.
Like, but the biggest issue is they didn't have a
Flight model.
well, they didn't have access to the physical aircraft
Yeah.
because there's
brand
not
new.
any over in Europe,
Mm.
so they couldn't do any like sound profiling or anything
Yeah.
like that, with
Yeah.
the new prop and stuff like that, so that was a big thing. And then obviously any kind of flight model changes and stuff, I mean, they can get a lot of data directly from Daher, but beyond that, they've just been kind of tight-lipped on it. As far as art guys go, maybe Matt or Kevin is the one you met potentially.
I don't know their names,
But yeah, there's a few art guys on the team.
they were pretty tight-lipped about the 900, but they also were not like I mean, they're like, yeah, it's coming and we're working on it.
Well,
And we're working with
I kind of feel
Dar
like
and-
they have to at least like, if like they have people like directly like asking them to their faces, they have to go, yeah, it's coming, but they can't really say much else.
I mean,
You know?
yeah.
But beyond that, I don't see in their last update they were supposed to. They were
They were
supposed
telling
to
us how
talk
it's not
about it.
They were telling us how it's not a bush plane, and I was like, oh, that's fine. We'll bush it anyways. Like, it
Yeah, we'll
doesn't-
definitely.
just because it
push
has wheel pants doesn't mean we're going to take it to PNG.
Yeah, right. They're definitely gonna try and.
And they're
push
like,
it.
no, it doesn't land as short. And I was like, I mean, you stall anything, it lands real short. but they were trying to
Yeah.
convince me that it was a cruiser and not a pusher, and I was like, we'll
Doesn't
push
matter.
it anyways.
We'll
Yeah.
definitely push it. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is with this. Let's say the artist that's working on the aircraft was affected by a tornado in Texas, so I'm not sure what that's about. Um, they're being just as quiet with the testers as they are with like the general public. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like there's something more going on with this. Like, if they were just, you know, if there was some issues with internally, like with modeling or textures or flight models and stuff like that, I feel like we would find those things out as testers. But the fact that they're like straight up like just ignoring our questions like in the tester chat, like I'm like, there's something going on that they don't want to talk about and potentially get that information out before they announce it. So that's my only guess. But anyway, so all right, gentlemen. Well, I guess that is it for today.
Thanks for the flight. Sorry I had to bounce then for a moment.
All right.
Yeah, same here. It's my dad called and I was like, son of a bitch. It's always during this fucking my flight window. So anyway. All right, guys. Well, I suppose
next
we'll talk
weekend.
to y'all later. Have
Yep,
a good
see you.
your weekend.
Take
Yeah,
care.
later.
Yeah, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.